Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We're about to get into a mailbag where we answer subscribers' questions on the latest Knicks news and rumors. If you want to be featured on the show, two-step process. You got to be a subscriber, so hit that big red button. We're trying to get to 14,000 subs for Mace. And if you're not a subscriber, what you got to do, step number 2, change that. Hit that big red button and join us when we go live. $5 super chat to get this one going for my guy Sean Hayes. It sounds like our deal was better unless 3 unprotecteds and 2 pick swaps equals 5 UPs in total. Who should have agreed to that and who would have? That's like Grimes and 5. I think the deal that would have got it done was Grimes, Obi, and 3 unprotected. I think that deal would have got it done. I don't think that deal was ever offered. We offered RJ and 2 unprotected. We offered Obi and Evan Fournier and 2 unprotected. But it sounded like Danny Ainge wanted 3. He got it, just not from the Knicks. Artuo, my guy, Utah got 13 first-round picks for Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. It's pretty wild when you think about it like that. A team that was, the 4th or 5th seed in the West last year, 5th seed in the West, ended up flipping 2 players for 13 first-round picks, as well as trading Royce O'Neal for a first-round pick. That's what Danny Ainge does. He comes in, he tears it down, and he wants to build it back up with his fingerprints on it. That's what he's going to be able to do with 13 first-round picks over the stretch of 5, 6, 7 years coming up. Trevin, appreciate the $5 super chat, my guy. Donovan would have made us only 10 games better. I'm good. Young guys will be better. Be better than who? Who are these young guys that are going to be better than Donovan Mitchell? I love these young guys. I think Grimes is great. I think Obi's great. I think Quickly's great. If one of them ever becomes close to Donovan Mitchell, I'll tell you I was wrong, but just hard to stomach that you had Donovan Mitchell within your grasp, a 25-year-old multi-time All-Star that's gotten out of the playoffs, so the first round 2 times, best player on a team with the best record in the NBA, 28 points per game in the playoffs, and he's just not going to be on the Knicks. The trade is dead. The Mitchell trade to the Knicks is dead. Type RIP in the chat because we're probably done talking about it on this channel, which kind of happy about. Dennis, do you think we go after OG Anunoby? He's been mentioned in some trade rumors, but it only sounded like he was going to be mentioned in those rumors if the Raptors were getting back Kevin Durant. The Raptors would trade OG, but it would only be to get a better player. They ain't trading him for picks and for players that are younger. The Raptors are trying to win right now with Scotty Barnes and Pascal Siakam. Like, they have a window to win, and trading OG for assets that makes them better in a couple of years doesn't make a lot of sense. I'd love to have OG, but he ain't getting traded to the Knicks. Carl, my guy, with this tragedy, do you think we can possibly get SGA from OKC? I think there's a higher chance that SGA is on the market than a guy like OG Anunoby. I think with Chet Holmgren being injured, maybe. But SGA shot like 30% from 3. Do we really want to have a lineup where we have Mitchell Robinson, SGA, and RJ Barrett, as well as Julius Randle all on the court? That spacing would suck. Like, that's just the matter of the fact. If you can't shoot in this league and you don't got any shooters, it's hard to win games. And I love SGA. I like him as a true point guard. I don't necessarily like him as a 2 guard, though, especially when you're small forward and RJ and you have a center. Center can't shoot at all, and RJ last year shot 34% from 3, and Julius Randle shot 31% from 3. So, and I'm not really in the camp of adding someone that's not a shooter at this point. Monty, what up? He says, there will be other good trades available during the season. We could end up with a star. We better, because that's why Leon Rose was brought in, right? Leon Rose wasn't brought in to lead a youth movement. Leon Rose was brought in to be the guy that brings a superstar to the New York Knicks. And he had Danny Ainge and Danny Ainge and Donovan Mitchell on the table. And ultimately, we passed. We decided not to meet the required value to trade for Donovan Mitchell. And it looks like we're not going to have him. And we're probably going to have to play him in the Eastern Conference for years to come. This is why you subscribe to New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports, though. News happens. Rumors happen. We get you guys videos as soon as possible. We also are We pride ourselves on audience interaction, Q&As like this, two-way conversation, not just me up here talking about the Knicks. I value your guys' opinion. So if you love the Knicks and you're looking for a one-stop shop on YouTube that does nothing but cover the New York Knicks, hit that big red button right now. Black Ghost Rider, let's go Knicks. I'm good with this either way it went. That is one way to look at it. I'm not pissed off that the trade didn't happen. I'm just more just so disappointed. Like when you mess up as a kid and you talk to your mom and dad and they're like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. That's how I feel. I'm disappointed because Donovan Mitchell in Madison Square Garden would have been a pretty damn cool thing to watch. Manny Jacks, get rid of Randle, play Obi and the young ones. If you could have got rid of Randle, you would have already done it, right? If there was a trade for Randle on the table, you would have already made it. The Knicks have said time and time again they're not going to just trade Julius Randle for nothing and just dump him. So Randle's going to be on this team. Your starting five, in my opinion, is going to be Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes at the 2, RJ Barrett at the 3, Julius Randle at the 4, and Mitchell Robinson at the 5 with a very deep bench, which is a good and a bad thing. You got Quickly, you got Rose, you got Fournier, you got Reddish, you got Toppin, you got Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein. It's 12 people. As we know, Tom Thibodeau likes to run 8-man rotations. I don't know. K Sings with a $2 super chat, my guy. I appreciate you. Love the channel, bro. Trade up in a draft, not RJ. Okay, I understand what you're saying right now. That's probably what the Knicks are going to try to do, right? Because if all the protected picks convey, I think the Knicks would have 4 first-round picks next year. You're not drafting 4 players. You'd have to use those picks to trade up. I'm just waiting for the next superstar to become available. Who is it? Who is the next guy? Because that guy, he better be a frickin' Knick. Juan Suarez, you need to relax. The deal would have required RJ. No, it wouldn't have. No, it wouldn't have. That's just not even true. I'm glad we kept our guys. Imagine if we beat Cavs with RJ banging. I don't think we're a better team than the Cavs right now. And I bleed orange and blue, but we're not better than Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. We're not better than that team right now. Can we beat them in a series? Yeah. Anything can happen in basketball, but we're not better than them right now. Shout out to Show. What else you doing with those picks? Great question. Because you're not drafting people. You have 11 players on this roster younger than 26. So you're not drafting all those players and keeping all the young guys. At some point, you will have to consolidate assets and make a trade for a superstar. I just don't know who that is. Someone's going to have to become available. It happens all the time. Donovan Mitchell became available. DeJounte Murray became available. Kevin Durant requested a trade. Someone will become available within the next days, weeks, and months. I just don't have a crystal ball to rub and find out who it is. I do want to give a shout out to the real ones for tuning in to the live show. Every single Knicks channel on YouTube is live right now, and we got over 500 people watching. So to you 500 people that could have went and watched any other New York Knicks stream, I appreciate you for rocking with us here at Knicks Now by Chat Sports. You could have went and watched CP the Franchise, The GOAT. You could have watched Knicks Film School. They're all live, but you guys chose to watch New York Knicks Now break this down. Shout out to you. If you're a real one, drop a real one in the comments right now. Charlie, get Michael Conley. Where's he going to play? You already have a point guard, and you already have Emmanuel Quickly, and you already have Derrick Rose, and he makes a lot of money. I have no interest in trading for Michael Conley, and I damn sure have no interest in doing business with Danny Ainge. Let's type FDA in the comment section. Eddie wins. Do you think the Knicks make a move during the season or nothing happens to next offseason? I think it just comes down to the fact of when a player will become available, because we have too many assets to sit on. You can't build a team with the amount of assets we have through the draft. There's just not enough minutes for all the young guys. At some point, they will make a trade for a superstar. If someone becomes available during the season, Eddie, I think the Knicks will pounce and make a trade for him. If it doesn't, I think they will make a move in next offseason. But a move is definitely going to happen one day for the New York Knicks for a star. FNG Gaming, Leon Rose sure inquires about Jaylen Brown, huh? Jaylen Brown ain't being traded from the Celtics, guys. The only way he was getting traded was in a trade for Kevin Durant. Jaylen Brown ain't getting traded. Brad Stevens would never trade Jaylen Brown. And what would the Knicks offer? If you're trading Jaylen Brown, the only reason you're trading him is to get a better player. There's no one on our roster right now better than Jaylen. Marquise, my guy, Marshall Green, do you see Derrick Rose on the Lakers? And I've also subscribed to both the Knicks and Giants channel. That means you are a real one, my guy. And nah, Derrick Rose ain't getting traded. Tom Thibodeau wouldn't do that to Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose wasn't even in the deal for Donovan Mitchell. And if I was the Jazz, I would have wanted Rose because he's $14 million on an expiring contract. This is the end of the mailbag. I appreciate everybody that's made New York Knicks now a part of their day today. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that big red button because we're trying to get to 14,000 subs on the channel. We're doing it for Mace.